wanted to read the verse that I was referring to. It's in Exodus 122, and it says, and Pharaoh commanded all his people, saying, every son who is born you will throw into the Nile, and every daughter you will let alive. And kind of like you said, this is still happening to this day. In fact, I believe that Moses is a type shadow of Christ, because the same thing that transpired even with Moses, what we're about to read right now, happened with Christ in his day. So, and this is what I like about God, because God is so sovereign and God has a plan. Even though sometimes the things that's going in our lives, God is always he has a plan for us. So the children of Israel are in bondage, and we see all the male children are being killed, but God preserved a leader. Because I always say this, right? Because one thing about the book of Jeremiah, when God told him, like, before I knew you, before you was formed in your mother's womb. So God already foreknew Moses. God already foreknew Moses. So we're going to get right into chapter 2, because Moses has a very unique name. So Moses' name means taken out of water. So he is from the tribe of Levi, and Moses was the one that was preserved because, as I mentioned earlier, the male child was being persecuted; they was getting killed, thrown in the Nile River, and so Moses was protected by God. Obviously, God used his mom. He was protected by God for the first 3 months, and later Moses' mother put him into an ark, which we know as a basket, into the Nile River. So a little bit of homework. So I looked at the word ark, and the word ark means tava in Hebrew, which is the same term used as the Noah's Ark. So I'm sure they have some kind of symbolic. There's some symbolic meaning to that, because God did destroy the earth by way of water. Only 8 souls were saved. When Noah was out there, God told him to build an ark, because we knew that the people thought about evil continuously. So God repented that he created man. So Noah and his whole family was preserved. So they were saved by way of the ark, because without the ark, all humanity would have been demolished and destroyed. So God in his infinite wisdom and his grace that he showed towards Noah and his family, only 8 people were saved. And now we fast forward to Moses. Moses is in our ark. I thought that was very interesting, that here's Moses being preserved. Because if you don't put Moses into a basket or even into this ark, there will be no Moses. Or maybe the children of Israel may have possibly gone through, even endured decades of persecution. Who knows? But the reality is that God preserved Moses. He put him into an ark, and we know that Pharaoh's daughter found Moses in the river and took him out of the river and raised him. So even the Bible mentioned that she even showed compassion towards him.